Boy, he is tall. And Mike, by the way, I suspect maybe somewhere around 6'4" or 5", because I'm 6'2". Stood next to that guy, and yeah, he's a full 3 inches, I think, taller than I am. But hey, thank you, Lakeem. Let's move on now to our next guest. Today, we're discussing with a very interesting person here. His name is Vivon Awhanse. He's a Nigerian, and note I said Nigerian, not Ghanaian. Nigerian filmmaker and also social crusader. Vivon has served as a production executive for nearly 1,000 episodes of television programming, TV commercials, TV reality shows, game shows, documentaries, he's a wealth of experience, let's just put it like that. Jimeji, heard about that one. Forbidden, Halita on Multi-Choice Nigeria, as well as La Unidad, I think from off the top of my head, which other one now? So many, several years of experience here. And of course, oh yeah, The Origin and Madam Koi Koi. Those are some recent ones that you should think of as we're having this conversation. Let's meet the man himself. Mr. Vivon Awhanse, you are welcome. Now, I had to stress that he's Nigerian. Please, just, help us iron this out. You're Nigerian, yes?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I thank the station, and I thank everybody, great presenters, and
thank
nice
you very
show.
much.
And the aroma of the food.
Don't worry.
So,
we're going to make sure that you have a taste.
Okay, please, I need to.
You have to.
And my name is Vivon Awhanse.
Vivon
Awhanse.
Awhanse.
Yes. So I'm a Nigerian. I'm from Badagry.
Aha.
And they say Egun people, so I'm Egun. Yeah.
But do you always get mistaken for Ghanaian?
Yeah, of course. But we are from the same three, Ewi.
Okay.
Same three. If you check it, Benin Republic, Nigeria, some part of Ogun State, all these the coastal line. So names, foods are similar. Names are the same. Food is the same. Vivon,
I'm gonna remember.
Sonayon,
Nice. I've heard of Sonayo before.
Okay,
Oh, it's Sonayo, not son of. Oh, that's the pronunciation I've been missing all my life. Yeah. I've known this guy for a while. Good to have you here. Now, you have a very interesting story when it comes to Nigerian film, documentary, ads, and everything. You used to be an actor, then you went kind of like down a few to perfect the art of production by becoming a production manager, am I correct? Yeah. And then back up again to becoming director and producer.
Yes, please.
Now, that history, that timeline has a lot of wealth in it.
Yes.
And why did you decide to go that route in your career trajectory?
Okay, thank you. I started as a stage actor, and I performed at Apapa Club, Ikoyi Club back then, and I were trained, you go to the theater club and they say, okay, this is what you want to do. They give you script, King Emene and every other thing. So I was an actor, I was a stage actor. Then I got an opportunity to for an audition while I didn't get back in 2000, 2001, thereabout. So there was a program then called, I think the title of the show was, I think it has to do with sensitizing the people about diseases, malaria, polio, educate the people. So it was a World Bank project then. So I got there and I was, what was it called? So I was asked to pick a role, and they gave me one of the roles, the malaria roles. I played the role of the malaria, in quotes. And while there, and Antalani, the director, and I realized that everything I was doing, I saw, Kendi Bankole then too. That's where we all started from. And I'm like, guy, you're not going to grow as an actor. Yeah, I just told myself, Desmond Elliott, and I was like, well, but these guys are more well than you. So I just went back, and God bless his soul, late Biodun Alija. So he was also was an actor on the show. And I said, sir, I want to learn production. How do I go about this? Oh, then, by the way, he managed Miss Ward then, before they canceled it. And I said, okay, you want to learn production? I said, okay, what do you want to do? He said, okay, you need to be a PA. And I said, as a production assistant. Then, as a production assistant, I was able to, work with people in different departments.
Yeah.
I understand what it is. I became a runner as well. So there was a time after some years, I think this whole process was about 10 years. Within this span of years, I was able to understand the rudiment of production, what it is. It's not now that we have movie magic, EP scheduling and everything. Then you have to break do the script breakdown, you know, you have to take it.
Yeah.
You need to know what the color schemes are. You need to know what the costumes. You need to, as a
That was all the PA's job.
Yes, yes. You need.
You
need
perfected that skill, and now you're going on to produce and also direct
Yes,
movies, commercials, and all of that. So that was absolutely necessary in your, career upbringing, wasn't it?
Exactly. It was. It is necessary. You need to also, because you're going there, you need to know what it takes to be there. You need to know what you need to do to be there.
You also need to know what to expect. People who are in that role right now to do. So you have an eye for actually picking out the best talents for that chore. That's very interesting. Now, a production assistant would have, knows every single bit about everything that's happening and everyone that's on stage. If I was to ask you, who's been the most challenging person you've ever worked with in any sets? Don't worry. It's challenging is a good thing. They made you work harder is the point.
Well, you know, I've worked with several people, and I can just, let me say, Choma Chukuka, if you want to work with her, you need to be on top of your game. You know, yes, so because these people are experienced,
Yeah.
they know what they want, so, and they are actors, they are there already, so you need to understand what they want. So they've been on several sets. So if you don't, as a production assistant,
drop the ball anywhere,
no,
they'll be quick to write you up.
You know, they will. K-Tension will also educate you on what to do.
You're thinking very hard.
Names are, you know, they're quite a lot.
There must be a lot. Okay, I'll let that rest for it. But you also have a very interesting story that people don't know about, and I'd like you to, in 2 minutes, help us out with this. Is it true that you came from being a child slave?
Yeah, so that's that. Let me. So that is when you use the word child slave is, you know, when you take children to do underage children to start take them to the street or expose them to what they're not to be exposed to. It's not acceptable in our society.
And that was your experience.
Yeah, so back then I was also, you know, I'm from a border town, so, and because there are not enough, so here's the point, in border towns, there are not enough schools in our border towns.
Okay.
So I've done that research around. You can also do that research. So because of there are not enough schools in our border towns, most parents, the children follow their parents to do whatever they do.
Okay.
So, and in border towns is a worldwide thing, smuggling and every other thing happens in border town. So then I was also, you know, called upon, and then we'll move stuff from Nigeria to Benin Republic, from Republic to Nigeria. So, and one day, the custom, I was held by the custom and my aunt, and they took me to their office. I didn't know what they did to her. She came out crying. Then I went in, so, and robbed, furnished, and they started hitting me to say who sent me, who am I working for, and I just thought of something, and
It's an interesting story that we can't accommodate all of it because it must have been very, but real quick, because we're out of time. The Badagry Film Festival is upon us, and that is your thing.
Yes, please.
Real quick, tell us about this.
Okay, the Badagry International Film, Culture and Sport Festival, we're very intentional about it because of this, my experience.
Yeah.
So we also don't want, we've gone back to see people in that community do the same thing.
Exactly.
It's still happening.
Yeah.
Let's don't shy away from the truth. And we now said, okay, well, how can we help in our own way as a production person, as a production executive? How can I? So I take people from Lagos. I take people to Badagry. Don't worry, Badagry is still Lagos. To expat, I take them there to train people. And from the training, after the years, we built that whole thing. And we took filmmakers there from that. We now said, okay, we should create a marketplace whereby people who have come here to film and new filmmakers can come to this market and also create this whole thing to grow our economy, to grow our IGR, so the people can be equipped and they can help take money back home to
self-reliant.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. That's very noble of you to give back to your community, especially after all these years of experience. That's noble. I like it. Vivon, it has been a pleasure sitting down here in these short minutes to actually talk to you about your experience, your effort, and also you giving back to the community. And I hope that I would like to be a part of it. So please send my invitation so I can be a part of the Badagry International Film,
Culture and Sports
Festival.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Vivon.
Thank you.
All righty now. Tell you what we're going to do now. Let's take a quick break because I see that everything's happening real quick today on the show. A quick break, and when we get back, we'll be giving you, well, the ending of Wake Up Nigeria for a Thursday edition, which promises to be very delicious, by the way. We'll be back. Stay tuned.